Welcome back to our channel. My mind is just blown by the sheer reality that Chad DiMera is finally, officially closing the door on Cat Greene. And I am so here for it, but also I'm kind of conflicted because for a hot minute there, I really thought the writers were going to force Cat and Chad down our throats forever. So when the news dropped that Chad is officially choosing Belle Black as the mother figure for Thomas and Charlotte, I actually screamed at my screen. I'm sorry, but it is about damn time. I mean, how much more angst were we supposed to take before Chad finally woke up and smelled the coffee? Let's rewind for a second because we really need to talk about the absolute nightmare that was the Cat Greene situation. Remember when she first came to town and they tried to make us believe she was Abigail? Yeah, didn't work then either. I've been watching since 2015, and the whole fake dead wife trope is always a messy disaster, but this one took the cake. Thomas, poor sweet Thomas, finding out that this woman was literally cosplaying as his murdered mother. The trauma. I mean, that kid is going to need Marlena on speed dial for the next 20 years. And, you know, because of that, Jennifer and Jack Devereaux absolutely lost their minds, and honestly, can you blame them? They dragged Chad into a vicious custody battle because they were terrified for their grandchildren, and that custody battle gave us one of the most insane legal documents in Day's history. Jennifer literally had it written into the custody papers that Chad can never date Cat Greene. Ever. If he does, he loses Thomas and Charlotte. Like, who even does that? But it worked. Chad had to back off. And part of me feels like Chad still secretly wanted Cat. I mean, they had that undeniable spark, and you could see the longing in his eyes every time they crossed paths in the town square, and he was totally willing to risk it all for a minute there. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. The point is, Chad was forced to choose between his kids and his love life, and thank God he chose his kids. But here's where it gets really, really good. Because while Chad is trying to be a good dad and keeping his distance, what is Cat doing? She is getting dangerously cozy with EJ DiMera, Edge, his own brother. And not just the fun, scheming EJ. We are talking about the completely unhinged, Stefano ring-wearing, arsenic-bearing, Lexi-resurrecting monster EJ. Cat is supposedly this badass ISA agent working with Rafe to take EJ down, but let's be real, she is totally falling for him. They are reading Wuthering Heights together and having these intense magnetic moments. And Chad is completely in the dark about how deep she is in EJ's toxic web. Am I the only one who thinks Chad is going to literally vomit when he finds out? I mean, think about it. Chad is already suspicious of EJ's weird medical experiments and the whole Versavix drug disaster. When Chad finally realizes that Cat, the woman he gave up to keep his kids, has been snuggling up to EJ while EJ was doing all these horrific, evil things, Chad's lingering feelings for Cat are going to evaporate instantly. He is going to be so disgusted. Any tiny little sliver of hope that Cat had of getting Chad back is going to be completely obliterated. She is officially out of chances. Done. Canceled. There is no coming back from being the girl who cozied up to the guy covering up a massive tainted drug crisis that is literally killing people in Salem. Chad has a moral compass, unlike his brother. So, with Cat firmly in the rearview mirror and probably stuck in EJ's messy orbit, who is stepping up to the plate? Belle Black. And I know some people are loving the Cat and Chad angst, but personally, I am living for this new dynamic. Chad and Belle just makes so much sense right now. Did you guys see them at the Cubs game with Thomas and Charlotte? It was the most wholesome, adorable thing I have seen on this show in months. They were laughing, eating hot dogs, and just being a normal, happy family. And then that kiss cam moment, swoon. Chad giving her that little peck for the crowd, but you just know he was thinking about giving her a real steamy kiss later. Because, let's be honest, Thomas and Charlotte desperately need stability. They don't need an undercover ISA agent who lied about being their mother. They need someone like Belle. She is legacy. She is John and Marlena's daughter. She knows how to handle the DiMera madness because she grew up surrounded by Salem's absolute craziest storylines. Belle is stepping into this mother figure role so naturally, and Chad is absolutely eating it up. He is looking at her like she is the answer to all of his prayers, and honestly, she kind of is. She's smart, she's fiercely protective, and she isn't going to play games with his children's hearts. And can we talk about how they are bonding over the Stefano chess set mystery? Because this is peak Days of Our Lives right here. Stefano manipulating them from beyond the grave, the missing pawn piece, the creepy 1,000 lira note. Chad and Belle are practically playing detectives together, and there is nothing hotter than trauma bonding over a dead supervillain's cryptic clues. Marlena is absolutely terrified that this investigation is going to end in disaster, but Chad and Belle are just getting closer and closer. Every time they lean over that chessboard, you can practically feel the sparks flying off the screen. Okay, back to the point. The contrast here is just brilliant. On one side, you have Cat drowning in EJ's lies and deceit, playing a dangerous game of espionage that is going to blow up in her face. On the other side, you have Belle offering Chad this beautiful, stable, loving environment for his kids. Chad is a smart guy. He knows what he lost with Abigail, and he knows he can't risk his children's mental health ever again. Choosing Belle isn't just about romance. It is about survival. It is about building a legacy that doesn't involve mind-controlled chips and resurrection pods. I am just so relieved, you guys. I've been stressing over this for weeks. I really thought the writers were going to make Chad break the custody agreement and lose his kids over Cat. But no, they are actually letting a character make a smart, mature decision. For once, Chad officially choosing Belle as the woman in his life and the mother figure for his kids is the best thing they've done all year. Cat had her shot, she messed it up with the Abigail lie, and now she's sealing her fate with EJ. I am typing this at 2 a.m. and I don't even care because I am just so hyped for this Chad and Belle era. Let me know if you guys are on board with this or if you're still mourning Cat and Chad, because I definitely need to share this with people who get it. Bring on the Chad and Belle romance, because my heart is absolutely ready for it.